Good morning, students. Today we'll be doing the glossary and question answers of chapter 8, The Gift of Magi by O. Henry. Coming to the glossary, the first word is Magi. When I was teaching you the chapter, I told who the Magi's are. Magi's are the three wise men. We may call them kings or astrologers, and they followed the star to visit the infant Christ and gave gifts. Bulldozing is forcing someone to do something, although they might not want bullying. Cheeks burned is felt ashamed. Sniffle is the act of breathing noisily and quickly, especially when one has a cold or has been crying. Parsimony is not willing to spend money or give money. Instigate is to initiate. Menidency is asking public for food and money, especially for religious reasons. Vestibule is lobby or entrance where hats and coats may be left. Coax is to persuade gradually or gently to do something. Appertaining is to be connected or being belonged to. Longitudinal is in length, measured lengthwise. Sterling, something very good for high standard. Queen of Sheba is the famous queen who visited King Solomon and gave him many gifts. King Solomon is the king of Israel. He is regarded as in the Old Testament, and he is regarded as the most wisest person on this earth. And he is regarded as the most wisest one on this earth. Then who is janitor? Janitor is a person who takes care of a building. Rippling is the cause to move in small waves. Cascade is a small waterfall. A mass of something falling or hanging down. Flattered, spoke hesitantly or reluctantly. The sophroin, it stands for grace and dignity. Fop is a small pocket. Quail is a small bird hunted for food to feed in show fear. Prudence is wisdom. Mammoth is a big task. Large hairy elephant. Truant is who stays or runs away from school without seeking permission. Coney Island, an amusement center near New York. Wriggled is a short, quick twisting and turning movement. Trance is a dreamy state. Inconsequential is irrelevant. Coveted is much desired. Dandy is splendid, first-rate thing. Adorned is decorated. Babe in manger is the infant Christ Babe in manger is an infant Christ who laid in the manger. A long open box for horses and cattle to eat from. We come to the comprehension questions. First we'll do the choose the correct alternative. The first question is the amount Dela got from Madam was $20. Second is Dela's hair reached below the knees and made itself a garment for her. Jim needed a new dash overcoat. The chain was made of platinum. Then we have to answer the following questions in 30 to 40 words. First question is, how were Jim and Dela planning to celebrate Christmas? The answer says Jim and Dela loved each other very much. It was customary to give gifts to the loved ones on Christmas, and Jim and Dela were planning to celebrate Christmas by giving gifts to each other. Question second says, what were the two possessions of Jim's Dillingham Youngs, and in which Jim and Dela took mighty pride? By whom was Jim's possessions transferred to him? Jim had a very beautiful gold watch which formerly belonged to his father and grandfather, and Dela had long beautiful hair. They took might pride in these two possessions. Why did Dela go to Madame Sovereign is the third question, and the answer to this question is Madame Sovereign had a shop of hair. She bought and sold all kinds of hairs. Dela went to her to know the price of her hairs and sell them for the gift. Question fourth is, Jim said, what a beautiful nice gift I have got for you. What was the gift? How did Dela react? The answer is, Jim bought beautiful combs made of pure tortoise shell with jewels rims. Dela hugged him to her bosom. She looked up with dim eyes, smiled and exclaimed that her hair grew very fast. Question fifth says, it was not anger, nor surprise, nor disapproval, nor horror. What explanation did give for his reaction on Dela's hair? The answer is, he was neither angry nor surprised nor frightened. There was no expression of any such sentiment that Dela was prepared for. He simply stared at her fixedly with that peculiar expression on his face. Now we have to answer the following questions in 115 to 125 words each. The first question is, describe the anxiety of Dela after she had sacrificed her hair. The answer here. The answer says, after Dela sacrifices her beautiful hair, she has a fear that Jim will not like her. She thinks that she is looking like a Coney Island chorus girl, but she can do it nothing With $1.87 out of fear, she doubles the fortune in her hand and sits on the corner of the table near the door and Jim always from where the door that Jim always enters. When she hears his step on the stairway down on the first flight, she turns white for just a moment. According to her habit, she says little silent prayers aloud, the simplest everyday thing. She prays that Jim might think that she is still pretty. When Jim looks at her with fixed eyes, she cannot read her expression and she is terrified. Why does the writer refer to the Queen of Sheba and King Solomon? What do you understand by it? Queen of Sheba was the famous queen who visited King Solomon, the king of Israel. King Solomon was regarded as one of the wisest king. In the story, both of them are supposed to be envious of the possessions of James Dillingham Youngs, in which they both took their mighty pride. One was Jim's gold watch and the other was Delah's beautiful hair. If the Queen of Sheba had lived in the flat across the air shaft, Delah would have let her hair hang out of the window some day to dry, just to depreciate Her Majesty's jewels and gifts. In the same way, if King Solomon had been the janitor, with all his treasure piled up in the basement, Jim would have pulled out his watch every time he passed just to see him pluck at his beard from envy. Throw light on the remarkable qualities and possessions that Jim and Delah had. There were two possessions of Jim and Dillingham Youngs in which they both took mighty pride. One of them was Jim's gold watch. He got it from his father and his father got it from his grandfather. It was so beautiful that the king of Solomon would be jealous of it for not having. Though he had all the wealth, yet he did not have that gold watch. He would pluck his beard and envy. The other was Delah's beautiful long hair. When Delah's hair fell, they looked like rippling and shining cascade of brown waters. It reaches below her knees and made itself almost a garment for her. If the Queen of Sheba had seen her hair personally, she would have been envious. Question 4th says, in the title, The Gift of Magi, what does the phrase the Magi stands for? The gift were wonderfully wise men. They brought precious gifts to the infant Jesus. The gifts were the tokens of their love and respect for Jesus. They invented the art of giving Christmas presents. They were wise, so their gifts were also wise ones. All who give and receive wisest gifts are called Magi. The author called Jim and Delah the Magi because they sacrificed for each other the greatest treasures of their house. They showed utter devotion and respect for each other. They were very poor and did not have enough money to buy gifts for each other, but they loved each other so much that they did not hesitate to sell even their most valuable possessions. They were the Magi as their love for each other was limitless. We have to state the true and false. The first question is, life is not made up of sobs, sniffles and smiles with sniffles predominating. It is false. Delah saved 87 cents, of which 67 cents were in pennies. False. Delah and Jim always quarreled with each other. False. Jim was late many times. False. Jim bought a beautiful necklace for Delah on Christmas Eve is again false. So all of you please do these question answers in your notebooks and have a good day all of you. Stay home and stay safe too.